What if I told you there's nothing for you out there, especially if you're in a relationship? If you're in a relationship, you better hold it down. But before we get to it, give me the three freebies. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host for the Family Fair Podcast, The Spencer Perspective, and we have work to do. Let's get to it. You ever heard of the 7-year itch? If you didn't, it's when in any given situation, could be work, but we're speaking mostly in romance. When you make that 7-year mark with the same relationship, for some reason you start to, want to see what else is out there. Maybe you're thinking the grass is greener on the other side. We always heard that quote, right? We also heard the grass is greenest where you water it the most. We heard that. Where everything that glitters isn't gold. We heard that. I'm going to tell you something real fast. There's nothing for you out there. It's cold as far as the dating world is concerned right now. I would know. I was active for the last 2 years. And in between that time, many situations come across to let me know that a lot of people are not relationship centric like you think they would be. Everyone always comes to you with ulterior motives. You just never know what's going on someone's mind until they want to show you for themselves. Hell, they barely even tell you for what it's worth. There's nothing for you out there. Everyone's trying to get lit. We got city girls, city boys. We got so many podcasts aimed at women and men arguing with each other over bullshit in relationships for things that make straightforward sense. We have a lot going on right now instead of the right thing, which is helping people maintain their relationships to build that sense of community. Without relationships, romantic ones anyways, we don't have a community. Take a look at your neighborhood, for instance. What was your neighborhood like growing up back in the day? Do you remember? I remember. The neighbors knew each other. They would host weekly card games on Friday night with the adults, and the kids would be at the kids' table. When's the last time you were at an event and there was an adult table and then there was a kids' table? Do you remember that? There's nothing for you out there. Times are changing, and that don't mean that they're getting better. If you're in a good relationship, hold it down and protect it with everything that you have. Actively protect what you have. If you're getting tired of the current relationship you're in, have that conversation with your partner. You better be able to address your fatigue because you're the one that signed up for this. We all know that relationships are supposed to be a lifetime agreement, but we kind of treat them like leases. Year to year, here's your extension. Up, got to close your lease down immediately. Instead of treating it like what it is. Blood bonding. What if we lived in a world where the person that you laid with is the only person that you could physically lay with for the rest of your life? I bet you we would pick and choose our partners much differently. Especially being that it's a biological function that's taken into consideration here. Come on now. Everyone's chasing after things that are not there. Expectations have not been set nor reset. Living in consumerism America have people thinking, yeah, I need this, I need that. Big cars, jets, vacations, 6-figure salaries. Mind you, the average American is not living this way. So why do we make this a standard? A standard is supposed to be in a statistical distribution. A standard distribution is supposed to be the majority of the people having the variables as opposed to the outliers. We're only discussing outliers in this day and age. We're discussing people that make 6 figures, 7 figures. We're discussing beautiful models, ones that are traveling across the world. This podcast is for the everyday man and everyday woman like me. You can if you want to, but the likelihood that anyone's going to be making 100K, it's low. You got to work hard for it. And then when you make 100K, depending on how you live your life, it won't feel that different. There's nothing for you out here. You got a good relationship, hold it down. You got a good job, hold that down as well too. You need some stability in your life. We all do. All right? So don't go out there thinking that there's something waiting for you out there if you're trying to break up with somebody. I guarantee you, you're going to receive 2 heartbreaks. One for them and one for yourself because you're going to regret what you did. Stay together. We belong together. All right? It looks like you're going to get better. I'm doing better as well too. We all are. This is the Firm and Fair Podcast, and I'm out.